Dad, I want to play tic-tac-toe.
Yeah, let's go ahead and go play real quick. Come on. Okay, Bubba. You want to be X's or O's?
X.
X's? Alright. Well, hold on, Becky.
Okay. I want to really want to play. Are you going to play O's?
Yep, I'm O's. Alright, so who goes first again? X's or O's?
It doesn't even matter.
Does it matter? Okay, I couldn't remember. Go ahead.
Oh yeah!
No, I don't like this game. I don't want to play no more. Hey guys, welcome back. So today on the channel, we're actually going to be doing something that's kind of neat, and it was an idea that was brought to me by my mother-in-law, and I'll be trying my luck at making a tic-tac-toe board and see what happens with this. It's going to be kind of unique because I haven't actually made a game before. I'm going to kind of try to keep the sizes down a little bit, but still make it big enough to play and everything. So I'm going to end up taking this piece at least starting here. I end up making my baseboard for it and use some of this older tongue and groove wood that I have. Well, it's no longer tongue and groove. I trimmed it all, I ripped it all down. Use it for the borders. I'm hoping by the time I get done, it's gonna look pretty daggone cool. So I'm going to go ahead and get these cut down. It's going to be about 10 inches by 10 inches by the time I get done. So go ahead and cut these down, get them gluing and drying overnight. I'm just gonna start from the bottom up and go from there. So let's go ahead and get this going. All right, so we're just gonna trim this end up and cut her out 10 inches. So, my ends are fairly close, and it's all put together. All right, come back to this tomorrow and run it through the planer. I'm gonna have you set up on Zoom, so it might look a little funky because of the Zoom. Don't know if that's good shavings or bad, but it did pretty daggum good. I bottomed it out, but here, let me do something real quick. All right, so I'm unfamiliar with planers now since it's been years since I've worked with one. Now, so I'm not 100% certain on this. Now it's leaving bumps, like as if it's not cutting that portion, but yet it is. I don't know. I don't know how well you can see that on the camera, but right in here it drops. So I'm not sure what's up with that. I'll have to correct that with some sanding. But if you guys could help me out with that, that'd be great. Because like I said, I'm not sure if I need to adjust something on this or what the deal is. So if you guys can help me out with that, that'd be great. All right, I want to go ahead and get moving on to the next stage, and that's setting up a border for this. All right, so we'll go ahead and sand this down. And whenever I was working on my table saw, whenever I was getting it cleaned up and everything, my palm sander crapped out on me, so I wound up having to go and get another one. And well, it wasn't really that crapped out, it's just the pad for the Velcro, it came off and I couldn't find a replacement, at least not right off. So I wound up having to get another one, Harbor Freight brand, a Bauer. They started changing over on these, on some of their stuff at the location that I went to, and so they didn't have, because of that, they didn't have the pads that I was looking for. So that's what they told me. So got a new Bauer 5-inch orbital sander, or palm sander, or whatever you want to call it. So fresh, never been used, literally right out of the box. So go ahead and jump on into getting this sanded. Alright, now I'm going to go ahead and move on to the borders. That's exactly what this is. 9 5/8. 9 3/4. Huh. Alright, 9 5/8. I want to do a 45-degree joint on these two. Alright, hey. This is part of that tongue and groove I was talking about, but that I ripped it all down to 2 3/8, 2 3/4 inches. That was just the average width between all the boards that I was able to salvage off of it. So, dealing with what I got. Alright, now set this off to the side for now, I think, and I gotta figure out exactly how I gotta lay this out. You know what? Nope, I guess I'm gonna need this. Go ahead and get these pieces fitted in there. Alright, so now I gotta grid this all out. The way I'm gonna go about doing that, simply placing these in, center them up. What? Is that even right? Yeah, I guess. And then another board and connect the lines. Need a little bit of light. Man, the lighting in my shop is not the best. Alright, so now with these marked, I should be able to mimic across, and that way I don't have to do it twice that way. The goal here is to notch out the width of this and be able to get it all busted out and cleaned up and to where it'll overlap half and half. So go ahead and finish marking these out and get them cut. Okay, so I made a change on this. What I did was I went ahead and cut this down. I took about an inch off, I think is what it was. It's actually 1 5/8. The walls are 1 5/8, and that was just because it was just way too deep. It's deeper than what I wanted. Went ahead and got everything cut down, all these notched out. So now it's time to get them installed. There. Jiminy crickets, guys. Why did that not work? I'm off 1/2 inch down here. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, alright, well. Apparently I did something wrong here, because it's not even squared up in there. These two here are at a skew. I did something wrong here. Didn't quite get something lined up. Alright, so I'm actually going to do what I can to get this flexed in there. Make it get square. So, I'll be right back. Man, it's been goof up after goof up on this project so far. Got a freaking gap over here. Stuff just ain't quite square. Learning. I'm just learning. But I want to share with you guys, I mean, so you guys can see progress, I guess, and share the difficulties I'm going through. It just says goof up after goof up. Apparently I'm doing something wrong. Measurement here, apparently. Got a gap there as well. Don't know what's up. Gonna work on making those XOs. I got a way I want to do those up, so I'm gonna go ahead and work on it. I think I'll be able to go with 2 square. I'll have to cut some out and see where that gets me, because these ain't completely perfect either. So I'll go ahead and make up, do 6 each, so 12. Gotta cut up 12 of those 2x2s. Go from there. Alright, got everything cut out and ready for assembly. So, alright, let's go ahead and get her going. Alright, so a little trick I just freaking learned, because I broke 2 pieces already, trying to brad these together, is to do it from the back side. See, I broke that one, and I broke that one. I got a few others that cracked, but I think they'll be alright. Alright, well, I got a few others I gotta make and go from there. so that got cleaned up rather well. I'm not terribly disappointed, I guess. I don't know if it's the perfectionist in me or what, but I think I could have done a lot better than what I did on this. It's not like I do this all the time. It's not like I do this for a living. Do it for a hobby, as a hobby, and I'm still learning. But yeah, hence the name Backroad Hobbies. Do it for a hobby. That part's done. I'm gonna go ahead and touch up on these pieces and clean these up a little bit, get the edges knocked down a little bit, and go from there. All right, it is finished. Oh, all right, so all goes in there pretty well. The reason why I decided to go ahead and go with 6 pieces is kind of a toss-up, really, between 5 and 6. But the reason why I decided to go ahead and go with 6 was just in case of a slightly longer game, I guess you can say. 6 was just a kind of a guarantee that there would be, in fact, enough pieces just in case some kind of crazy game happened. This definitely was a learning experience. I definitely gotta figure out my joints and layout. Layout was a big deal for me on this project. For some reason, some of my measurements just weren't quite right. I don't understand what happened quite yet. Something went wrong somewhere, and my measurements just didn't come out quite right. I think it came out fairly all right. Like I said, I think it could have been a lot better, but that's definitely me nitpicking. Don't know what you guys think about it, but that's what my thoughts are on it. This is it, though. It is complete and ready to be played. I hope you guys enjoyed this video and kind of learned right along with me on how this was working, and maybe you got your own ideas. And maybe, hopefully, I inspired you to come up with a different idea on how to do this. If you want to check out other projects I've done similar to this, you can go into the woodworking playlist on the channel. If you want to check out other aspects of the things that I do on this channel, there's a bunch of different playlists. There's magnet fishing, knife reviews, leather work, and I think there's a few others out on there. Different playlists. If you want to go ahead and check out Facebook, Backroad Hobbies, and TikTok on my personal channel. It's at Eli_Hirsch. If you want to check those out, both places I post 1 to 3 minute videos, which is primarily the videos I post here. I just condense them down. Videos that you guys see here are just the more detailed videos. So I am going to go ahead and pack this up. I'm not going to do any kind of treatments on it. It's just going to be bare bone wood. I'm not going to put any protectant on it. I'm going to go ahead and jump on to the video verse. Alright, so with this video, we're actually going to be out of the series that we're working on with the video verse. So this video is actually pre-recorded prior to the date that this was actually recorded or posted by probably a couple of weeks at this point. So it's hard for me to predict what verses we're going to be in the series, and I don't really want to mess that series up. So this one is going to be running on its own, and I decided to go ahead and go with Isaiah 9 verses 1 through 7. Nevertheless, the gloom of the distressed land will not be like that of the former times when he humbled the land of Zebulun and the land of Naphtali. But in the future, he will bring honor to the way of the sea, to the land east of the Jordan, and to Galilee of the nations. The people walking in the darkness have seen a great light. A light has dawned on those living in the land of darkness. You have enlarged the nation and increased its joy. The people have rejoiced before you, as they rejoiced at harvest time, and as they rejoice when dividing spoils. For you have shattered their oppressive yoke, and the rod on their shoulders, the staff of their oppressor, just as you did on the day of Midian. For every trampling boot of battle, and the bloodied garments of war will be burned as fuel for the fire. For a child will be born for us, a son will be given to us, and the government will be on his shoulders. He will be named Wonderful Counselor, Mighty God, eternal Father, Prince of Peace. The dominion will be vast, and its prosperity will never end. He will reign on the throne of David and over his kingdom, to establish and sustain it with justice and righteousness from now on and forever. The zeal of the Lord of armies will accomplish this. Now, that is Isaiah chapter 9, verses 1 through 7. And I'll see you guys in the next one.